All right, John, you want to talk about the spring term?
Yeah, so our spring term, when we're talking about the spring term here, we're talking about our live classes that way. So we have year round, as Miss Wren mentioned. Spring is usually number theory. So then number theory in the spring, you can continue to algebra, geometry, counting, and probability that way too. So these are our 10-week courses. They meet an hour and a half each week. Students have homework during the week, so they can practice the thing they learn that way as well. We also have some physics classes there. So we have a modern physics class during this spring too. Yeah, it's good maybe to look at the kind of course chart here
Okay, here.
as well. So we have our different chart there as we were talking about the different levels, right? Our math challenge 1A, 1B up to the 3, 4, things like that too. One of the things that's nice about this chart, and we can talk with one of the questions we have from chat here as well, some of these things do overlap in terms of the school level material as well. So if we're talking about a middle school student or getting ready to take Algebra 1 or geometry, maybe, our math challenge 1A or 1B course, our math challenge 1C course is another good one for people looking for some extra help, some extra problem solving in school level material. The 1C level in particular is good for students who maybe want to preview or want some extra problem solving in algebra and geometry, getting ready for high school. Because our courses are focused on building that mathematical foundation, we do have quite a few students that are using them just for some extra practice, just for extra problem solving skills, conceptual understanding skills, even if they're not taking math competitions right away. We would recommend it. The competitions are a good way for students to put some of those knowledges to work and test out their abilities. But a lot of our courses, because they are more built on those foundational principles that help with math competitions, they definitely can be taken by general middle school, general high school students who want some more of that problem solving as well.
Yeah. So this parent asked about this improve, purpose is to improve the regular school math, not necessarily computation. But actually, that does match with our teaching philosophy. Our philosophy is not just preparing students for computation. It's really help students to understand the content, understand the materials in a deeper level in order to fully master the materials. So as a lot of you may, would agree, the school math in the United States is too shallow because, when there's a saying that, the curriculum is mile wide, but inch deep. So it's not deep enough to help the students fully understand the concepts, fully understand how to use those concepts, those formulas into problem solving. So that's why the smart students feel it's boring, and the other students could feel it's very hard to understand because it didn't go deep enough at the application level to help students to fully understand the material. So our teaching philosophy is we really want to help the students to understand that the conceptual level, conceptual understanding, and know how to apply those understanding into problem solving. And the math competition is just a way to measure how deep they learned, how far they went. So a lot of students don't necessarily like to do competitions, but still the skills that they learned in our classes are very helpful for them to become better and to become, to get good grades, the best grades at the school level, school math level.
Yeah, just building on that a little bit. Yeah, I think it is good to just mention there. It is not the case that all of the math competitions, you know, they're not teaching students super advanced math or things like that. As mentioned, it's more the in-depth there. So those things will help students in school. It's the same knowledge they might know, but you don't have the time in a school classroom, or there's too many students, right? You don't have time to say, oh, actually with this same knowledge point, nothing new, you can actually answer a lot of different questions with that. Or, hey, this actually has cool real world applications that we can look at without learning some fancy new idea or things like that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's something we haven't mentioned about this year. We have a entry of fun math for the younger kids, actually from the 3rd grade and the 5th grade. And then this actually, for this level, we do have some fun curriculum to talk about the number sense, talk about how you solve word problem in real life situations, and some of the techniques. And before the kids actually get into algebra, get into some more advanced math, and we have ideas to teach the students ideas and some techniques to solve some really fun problems.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Actually, you know, sometimes I have parents of younger kids would ask me, my kid is in 2nd grade. Do you have a AMC class for a 2nd grader? So I would tell her or him that the math skills is built up from foundation, right? So the AMC is a term. It's a term just for American mathematical computation. So for younger kids, we call it the fun math because it is fun. The purpose is for the students to develop interest, to stimulate their interest, to understand, to realize the fun of mathematics. So at that level, there's no AMC computations. And so that's why we don't call it AMC math, but math skills is built upon each other. Okay, so it's the fun math. If they do well with the fun math, eventually they will become interested in taking math computation, AMC. So they could go to the math challenge 1A or 1B for AMC 8. And going further from there. But for younger kids, I would stress on, you know, help them improve their basic math skills and help them develop the interests. So yeah, Kevin, you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so we mentioned we have a systematic structural curriculum, and for the all the levels starting from Math Challenge 1A, we have all these textbooks and the published textbooks, and then they go along with the courses. So if you look at the blue colored covers, and those are the class books, right? So those are textbooks, but also we have other set of books for from the top. It's the math competition preparation for the high school, and then for some for middle school, and also for our ZIMO competition we'll talk about later. We have all these the past problem books, and then so far we have published about 50 books. So yeah, so that's and we still based on the curriculum we have developed for so many years, and we were putting them together as textbooks, as problem books, actually available. Some of these are available on our bookstore.
Yeah, so on the right hand side of the ZIMO books, those have the whole set of the ZIMO computations for different levels, and those are just, you know, whole set of the, you know, the test problems. So that could be, for one set could be geometry problems, algebra problems, number theory, you know, different problems. But for the books, the blue cover that goes with our classes, those are all categorized books. You know, for each chapter we have a topic, we have sample problems. We talk about the key concept, the key knowledge points, and then we have practice problems for that too. The top left corner is a high school. It says cracking high school competitions, and one book is the problem book, the other is the solution book, and that book has over 500 problems, also categorize the problems.
Yeah, we also have
Mhm.
the basic knowledge points covered, and some of the in more detailed the knowledge point, the expositions of those.
Right.
And there's a question and answer. So can we get the textbooks from our office? So if you look at the bottom of this page, we have this bookstore website link. So you can make purchase there. If you're in Southern California, so there's an option to come to our office to pick it up. But if you're somewhere else, we can ship.
Yeah, we can ship the book to you, and you can even buy it from Amazon to get, if you get a Prime, Prime shipping in Amazon, you can buy from Amazon as well. So for the upcoming math contest in November, we prepared these course packages. So John, want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so we do have our year-round classes. So first of all, I'll just say this is all talking about the same curriculum. So everything we're seeing on this slide is talking about our Math Challenge 2A, 2B curriculum, because we're talking about AMC 1012 preparation. We have had more and more students, ask, okay, we want to catch up on some time. We don't have the 7 years or things like that. Is there any kind of quicker ways we're willing to do the work? And we came up with some of these intensive training programs. So we have some different levels. The bronze level is pretty much our self-paced courses there. So all of the different subjects we have, and this is true for all of the different levels, we have self-paced courses where you get recorded video lectures. You can still follow along with the textbook. There's homework, right? You get solutions to the homework. You can do that self-learning that way as well. Of course, we do think it's helpful, at least at some level, to have the live interaction build that community. So in the silver level, we have a mix of 2 of the subjects in self-paced form, 2 of the subjects in the live class form. So you have access to some of the live classes. That's kind of a half year. All of these things are meant to be done. Okay, we're starting now. How can we get ready for the contest in November? So in the silver package, you have the live classes for spring and summer. You have self-paced for the other 2 classes there, and then you can learn along the way that way too. Our gold package, our recommended intensive training there, is a mix of, you have access to all of those recorded videos, all of that material, but starting in May, I think we meet every week going over some of those material. You get the graded homework and things like that as well. So for students who really want to either get started or push themselves to the next level on those AMC 1012 math contests, these programs are a great way to rapidly improve and get ready for November that way as well.
Yeah, the gold package is the most popular one. It combines the self-paced, self-controlled paced learning, and also have live interaction in the small group setting, and also have private sessions as well. As you can see, 4 private coaching hours are included in the package. So very helpful, very efficient. So the last one, the platinum, is a purely private coaching. That one obviously is not as, I would say, you still need to spend a lot of time in private coaching, but in terms of interaction with other students, in terms of getting instruction and systematically, the gold package is highly recommended.
Yeah, and so just maybe quickly here, right, we do want to mention that there are additional programs to the live classes. We've mentioned and shown some nice pictures from the summer and winter camps. We do have some different sprint courses that way as well. With those summer and winter camps, that's a great way for students to show that dedication. It's a great way to become more well-rounded as well. We mentioned some of the evening activities or interacting with each other, presenting problems in front of the class. All of those things really help build that kind of well-rounded nature, and students develop more skills than just being able to solve math problems in a test or something like that as well. So those are great ways to keep active and get ready for a test or jumpstart things during the summer that way too. And we also have, we mentioned a little bit, the Zoom International Math League there. Maybe Kelly, can you go to the next slide that way? We have a bunch of different programs there. Most important to mention, we have daily practice. So there's a free problem every day. We have mobile apps too, depending on your phone platform that you can use there. Solve that problem each day, stimulate your interest, and you can track your progress through points over time. For students who want to test themselves, we have the monthly contests, testing them on all of those subjects. So there's some algebra problems, some counting and probability problems. It's a great way for students to see each month, have I learned some new things? What are some subjects that I need to keep reviewing on, improve on throughout the time that way as well? One of the things we're always asked during the summer camp, our summer camp is very intensive, 6 hours a day of classes, additional study halls, things like that as well. People always ask, what can I do to keep improving? And in my opinion, the most important thing is the consistency. Even more important than how many hours each day or something, it's much better to spend some time each day. Let's solve a problem. Let's solve that daily magic spell, and maybe a couple more on that same subject you could find that way too. And we really like promoting that consistency with the Zoom International Math League website. And there's also regional tournaments, annual conventions, that's getting into some of these on-site events that we're really excited to be able to start hosting again, as more and more things open up that way too.
On this Zimo platform, there are also all the old AMC real problems there on the platform. So with all the AMC 8, 10, 12, and AME real problems, you can practice in whole sets, or you can practice at the mock exam that's mixed and with also factored in the challenging level to rebuild the new sets. So for the students to practice. So if you want to do a lot of practice with the real kind of problems, so definitely the zimo.areteem.org platform is the place that you want to visit every single day on a daily basis. The monthly contest, our teachers are spend a lot of effort to prepare the problems every month. So that includes 5 different levels, starting from upper elementary school level, middle school level, high school level, and also the other 2 levels. What are the 2 levels, Kevin?
It's a junior varsity and varsity level. Basically, junior varsity corresponds to the AMC 10 and 12 about that. And then the varsity level is actually more advanced, like the AME level. Some questions are even into the Math Olympiad level. So yeah, these are suitable for everybody. So each students could choose the appropriate level and then do it consistently, because we have this for the whole school year, starting October each year, and then continue every month until June next year. So every year you have a lot of practice. So this is actually a lot of students say this is like a strengthened AMC. So it's basically similar to the AMC contest, but we do have a more refined levels, and also we have the consistency. If you use a Zimo mobile app, is actually the monthly performance is tracked on the app. So you can see how many questions of each topic you have done and what percentage what is strong, what is weakness. So that part, like Mr. Zhang said, that part is very valuable for students to track their progress. And also the consistency here is also help to demonstrate to the colleges that,
exactly.
you're actually working consistently with
in the long term and for the long
term,
right? Yeah, so long-term commitment that truly shows your passion.
Yeah, and I just want to give a quick shout out to our YouTube channel here as well. This, I would say, goes in concert with a lot of the things we mentioned earlier. We have the booth at the LA Science Fair exhibition hall for showing students some different fun activities they can do with math. We have that at the LA Math Field Day thing as well, but we also share some of those things online. We know not everybody is available locally, so on our YouTube channel, we have a lot of good videos, both doing some math contest review, concepts you need for math contests, but also different applications of math. So right on the one side, we see an old AMC problem. On the other side, we have some discussion about how you could display data, more data science, right? These line charts are made with Python, exploring different things. We want to show students that it's more than just the math contests. There's a lot of cool applications you can do with math as well. So yeah, just another program. We talked a little bit in terms of AP preparation, in terms of colleges and things like that. Another thing coming up this spring, in the final weeks before the AP exams, we have courses dedicated to final review, final structured review. We go through all of the different topics. We do a lot of old practice problems from previous exams, from different sources that way as well, to help students master the AP material and get ready for those AP exams in early May. So we have different subjects here that way that are available. And yeah, we're also in perfect time for everyone to start planning for the summer. So as of now, we have two options for the summer. We have our big San Diego on-site summer camp. That's available both for local students who want to commute in. We call those day students, but we also stay in the dorms with the students where you have access to a lot of those other activities, evening study halls, evening lectures, more time to interact with other peers, more time to interact with counselors, where we try to pick college students that can be role models. Sometimes it's hard for a student to open up. A counselor is a great intermediary who's in college themselves. How did they choose their college? Those types of things are really invaluable for students to interact with other people who are going through the same things that they're going to be going through soon in their lives as well. If you're not able to make it, or go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, so I want to mention I want to add actually to the UCSC summer camp. So the experience is definitely unreplaceable or irreplaceable. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, it's irreplaceable. Yeah, because with the courses, with the interaction, with the whole experience is definitely going to change your life. A lot of parents, tell us after the camp, their kid, totally changed to a different person, more responsible, mature, and also want to challenge themselves. They've seen other students' passion, and they seen the fun of playing with mathematics, and they become more interested, more motivated to do more. So definitely it's the experience that not be able to be replaced by any other programs. Of course, for your convenience, you can do the online summer camp program, but the experience of the on-site one with the day and night and working with peers and the teachers and that kind of fun is definitely the best. we have, students, actually a couple of years ago, I had a series of webinars about, college application and all that. So I asked one of our alumni who is a Harvard student to get some of our other old students back together. And she just pulled 5 other students, all in the top colleges like UPenn, like Yale, Princeton, Harvard, MIT, and also they were in the same class at the summer camp when they came to the camp. When they were in middle school and high school, they came to the camp. They were in the same class, and they took a picture with them in, and all of them, 100%, went to the very top colleges. So the college counseling program, that's I'm primarily in charge. So we specialize in counseling for STEM students, mostly for STEM students. Of course, some other other students we can help as well. But we did very thorough research in terms of helping STEM-oriented students get into their dream college, and also with our STEM programs, with our math classes, with other classes, so we can easily allocate the math teachers and the science teachers to talk to the students throughout the counseling sessions. So it's a very good way to help students discover their passion, discover their interest, and also decide on the colleges that most fit to them, and decide on the majors or future career path that most fit to them. So I'm the director of this program, and also for any student who sign up, I personally work with them initially on a regular basis, and talk about everything in their life, in the teenage life. So for a lot of parents, we may not understand the teenage life is actually a pretty challenging life in today's world. So I talk with them about their courses they take, about their classes they have, the interaction with the teachers, the interaction with peers, the extracurricular activities they do, help them plan, help them to advance their role in the extracurricular activities. We cover the summer program choices, summer program applications, help them revise, edit their essays, and choose the college list, whatever you can think of for a teenager to become more successful, more willing to work, and also cooperate with parents and all that. Everything is covered during the counseling sessions. All right, so for this one, if anybody is interested in talking and find out more and do assessment about your student, you can schedule a free consultation session with me.
We should have slides for that. For the sophomore.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so most of the students join the program at 9th grade, but we do have some middle school students as well, so that they can start early and build a solid foundation in terms of personal development and also academics. So now it comes to the question and answers. We already have some questions answered. And if anybody have any further questions, just feel free to either type in the chat window, Q&A window, or you can just speak up. You can just use your voice to speak up, and we'll be happy to answer your question or have a discussion on certain things.
Yeah, let me type the free consultation website.
Okay.
Free consultation, you can go to setmore.com.
Okay, so I need to oops.
Yeah, so
I'll stop share and reshare that.
Okay. What are you doing? Well, okay, so that I was just typing on that page.
Oh, okay, 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 that's
So
fine then.
you have to, yeah, you have to share this for it to show. Okay.
Is it shared now?
Yeah, it is shared. It is
Okay.
shared. So let me retype that one. So for free consultation,
For free consultation, you
you
can
just go to this,
schedule a 30 minutes free consultation at the website called areteam.setmore.com.
areteam.setmore.com, right?
areteam.setmore.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Of course,
the-
you know, if people use WeChat, you can reach out to Areteam support or Areteam help desk. And our phone, of course, you know, you can call us at that phone number 949-305-1705. And recently we have been doing some in-person seminars as well. We did in Southern California area like Temecula, San Diego. Tomorrow we are going to the East San Gabriel Valley area. So we're gonna have a seminar in El Monte. So if you registered, make sure you get the address. If you didn't register, make sure, you know, you get the information, register, and come to site to the seminar on site, so we can talk in person as well.
So there is a question, what is the possible youngest age to take course 1A, the lowest math level course? We have actually 1A is not the lowest level. We actually, for younger kids, we have the
Fun math.
fun math problem solving for elementary school students. So for students starting from 3rd grade through 5th grade, they can be suitable for that course. And we do have some the students of different levels. Even some students are very young, but they already have some experience. They already learned a lot. They can take assessment test on our website, like just this website on the screen, classes.areteam.org. We have this what is that called, the
placement demo,
yeah,
placement demo,
yeah,
you know,
on
find that
link,
and clicking.
link and take that assessment, so the system will automatically recommend what level the students is in, what level class is suitable.
So let me answer this. So both of these questions, one is what the possible youngest age to take course 1A, the lowest math level course. And the other question says, what about for student 6th grader in August this year? So I want to stress the age is not the defining factor, because, you know, everybody is different. Every kid is different. So I would say to take the fun math level class, that as long as the kids already know the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and that should be good already to take the fun math level. So if for students who want to take the math challenge 1A, they will need to have some like fraction, percentage, some like pre-algebra, you know, basically some pre-algebra knowledge. So some kids usually do it in like 6th grade. Some kids do it a little bit later in 7th, and some kids do it in 5th grade. So basically that's the reference age. Of course, everybody is different. So for students currently in 5th grade and then going to 6th. So if they already have the pre-algebra knowledge, so they should be able to take the math challenge 1A or 1B, depending on, you know, their experience or their, you know, talents, I would say. And also for this age would qualify for going to the entry level at the summer camp as well. So yeah, so you can, you know, have the kids do a placement test, and see where the student is at, and they should be able to come to the entry-level class in the summer camp as well. What about students 8th grader in August? Yeah, okay. For 8th grader, again, you know, the schools, even regular schools, they have different levels. So for 8th grader in a regular school, they consider 8th grader in Algebra 1 is normal, but a lot of students are they doing like a geometry because you need to know the math pathways. You know, the math is built upon the, you know, the basic knowledges. So that's why there's the math pathway for each school district or for each private school. So 8th grader, depending on, you know, which math level at school, they could be doing, again, could be doing Algebra 1, could be doing algebra, geometry, or even Algebra 2. And some kids could be, you know, even doing pre-algebra. You know, you need to be clear what the kids are taking at school, what math subject they're taking at school, and to have a more accurate assessment, which class is better for them. But meanwhile, you know, you're always welcome to have them do a free assessment test or a placement test in the Areteem classes page, classes.areteem.org. There's a placement and demo that you can click in to do the assessment. For 2A and 2B, Math Challenge 2A and 2B, for 2A, you need to have the basic knowledge up to the Algebra 2 level. So that means that students will need to have the knowledge in Algebra 1, geometry, and Algebra 2 in order to do well with the Math Challenge 2A. For 2B, they'll need to have pre-calculus knowledge as well. But for students who are younger, like, you know, in middle, a lot of students like that, they're younger, they're in middle school, they already did really well with the AMC 8 level material. They want to start to prepare for AMC 10. So then they need to take the Math Challenge 1C. Yeah, that's a good question. They need to take the 1C is the bridge course for younger students who haven't learned advanced, you know, like up to 10th grade math courses at school yet. They can take the accelerated path with the Math Challenge 1C to make up those basic knowledges. All right. How Math Challenge 1A, 1B works? Zoom, yes, it is on Zoom, yes.
So except for the summer camps and winter camps and some of the on-site programs, our classes are online, and then we use Zoom as a platform.
Yeah. How many hours per week? That's a good question. I always get this question.
Well, the live classes are an hour and a half. We meet via Zoom an hour and a half each week, and then we give homework assignments for the week. We do have students have access then to the online forums that are a great way to ask questions if they have kind of issues during that homework. We give feedback for the homework each week, and then they can, of course, ask some additional questions during the live sessions too. But the forum is a great way during the week for students to kind of ask questions that way as well. Yeah, Kelly, if you wanted to continue from there.
Yeah. On top of that, you know, depending on the student's interest level, they can always find some additional problems to practice. So yeah, so a lot of parents would ask me how many hours they need to put in. For classes is pretty clear. John already explained. And on top of that, of course, they always have opportunity to do a lot of practice on our website. As I mentioned earlier, the zimo.areteem.org is a platform for students to do a lot of practices in different programs. So if they're interested, they want to do more problems, they will naturally spend more time. But if you're saying you have to spend so many hours, basically you don't want to reverse the way, say you have to spend a certain number of hours each week to do things. Instead, start from the interest, start from a class, a program to lead them doing more, that then they become more interested. And for example, one thing that I could do, what happened before, the students in the camp that they challenge each other, and then they say, let's all do these daily magic spells or do the monthly math contest. So see who is going to be on top of the scoreboard. They challenge each other. That then they start to do a lot of problems. Of course, that's going to be more time, but they do have the time. Actually, they use their spare time to do it. You don't even notice that you have to plan for a certain number of hours. So that's my point. All right, so if no more question, so we'll stop here for today's webinar. Of course, you know how to contact us. Yeah, you're welcome to contact us on WeChat or through the phone, so that we can answer questions specifically for your students. All right, thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
you.